What's up, Raiders? It's your boy Groovinator once again with another video, and this is coming from my buddy Etep, who I will be on his stream tonight. He sent me this article, and I would like to comment on it. We'll probably be talking about it live on his show tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you are subscribed to Etep Wakuyans, the place to be reviews. It's an awesome show you don't want to miss. Anyways, this is how we do it in the Fandom Menace. We take care of each other. So anyways, thank you, Pete, for sending me this. Star Wars directors may not want to work with Lucasfilm after many firings. This ought to be rich. There's growing belief major directors may not want to take on any more upcoming Star Wars projects due to Lucasfilm frequently parting ways with creatives. As successful as Disney Star Wars films have been both critically and commercially, they've also made a slew of headlines for constant behind-the-scenes drama. Whether it was Gareth Edwards being replaced by Tony Gilroy for Rogue One reshoots, the Phil Lord and Chris Miller fiasco on Solo, or Colin Trevorrow being fired from Star Wars 9, it seems like there's always something going on at Lucasfilm. Unfortunately, the troubling trend continued earlier this week when it was announced that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss' planned Star Wars movie trilogy, which was announced back in February 2018, was canceled due to creative differences. The pair was hoping to explore the origins of the Jedi, but their relationship with Lucasfilm began to splinter over the summer, and they left. Benioff and Weiss are just the latest names on the ever-growing list. Also includes the likes of Josh Trank, who was removed from Star Wars spin-off in 2015. Well, that's because Fan 4-Stick was an awful movie. Obviously, this was very concerning, and it's all have an impact on the pool of directors Lucasfilm can choose from. Woo, this is rich. In their report on fallout from Benioff and Weiss leaving Star Wars, Variety cites insiders at the talent agencies that, quote, believe that top filmmakers may become wary of working on the series, particularly if the end result will be an embarrassing dismissal. Ooh. Right now, these comments are just speculative, but it wouldn't be surprising if there was some truth behind them. As appealing as prospect is playing in the Star Wars sandbox is today's directors, many of whom were inspired by the original trilogy, Lucasfilm's shaky track record could give some pause before signing on. Creative differences happen all the time in Hollywood, even at Marvel's well-oiled machine, but things have gone to another level with Star Wars departures. It will be interesting to see what the moves Lucasfilm makes moving forward and who they're able to hire for upcoming films. Ideally, Lucasfilm will reassess their process to determine why this keeps happening, so they can bring on right people at the jump and avoid public embarrassment. Who wrote this? God, it's terrible English. There are no plans to have Kevin Feige take over for Kathleen Kennedy, so for now, that will fall upon her. I'm so confused. It was worth mentioning that Lucasfilm has cultivated positive relationships with a handful of directors. J.J. Abrams was brought back to helm The Rise of Skywalker. Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi had a smooth, drama-free production. And The Mandalorian's Deborah Crow is now calling the shots on the Obi-Wan series. Bryce Dallas Howard was surprised with the amount of creative freedom on the Mandalorian directors, which also included Taika Waititi, got on their episodes. We're gonna have fun roasting this one tonight. And Lucasfilm is so excited by the show they've already working on a second season. It's possible for Star Wars to become an immersive playground for some of the industry's biggest voices, but there's a lot of work to be done. Oh boy. So what do we take away from this? I agree with this, but I think a lot of the problems come from the head, which is Kathleen Kennedy. She just does not understand this universe that she exists in. They use this brand. They don't respect the franchise. They don't respect the story. They don't respect the universe. They only use the brand to sell things. And when you need to sell things, you basically turn your movie into a giant commercial, meaning that you have to have this happen to appeal to this crowd. You have to have that happen to appeal to that crowd. You have to have this character to appeal to a certain demographic because everybody's screaming representation nowadays. So once you get all of those checkboxes out the way, there's not much room left for story. And the people that are writing stories are insanely bad at what they do. So I don't think Rogue One had a bad story at all. I actually enjoyed that movie for what it was worth. It would have been nice to have seen the Gareth Edwards cut of that movie. I don't know. I mean, maybe it wouldn't have been as interesting, because there was definitely a lot of fan service that feels like it was shoved into the end of the movie, but I liked it. I did. As a fan, a lot of that worked on me. I kind of hate to admit it, but the Rogue One is probably my favorite of the Disney Star Wars, because everything else just kind of went from meh to worse in record time, I must say. I don't know what's going to come out of The Mandalorian. I don't want to sign up for Disney Plus. I just did a video on that like not even a couple of minutes ago, and I'm not really excited about where that's going, and I don't want to be a patron of things that are censored for morality's sake, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think I can kind of agree that working on Star Wars right now, unless your name is George Lucas, is probably the worst thing that you can do. I wished to God, if I could go back in time, what I think should have happened, and this is kind of related to this subject, but I don't know if I've mentioned this enough. I wish that George Lucas's prequels would have been directed by other people. Like, Lucas writes the outline, gives it to a director that he trusts, and then the director executes his vision, like they did with, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I think if that would have happened, the prequels might have been a little bit more well-received by audiences, and we wouldn't be in the situation that we're at now. Lucas probably never would have sold Star Wars to Disney, because I do believe that Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney to just get out from under it. I think he was just tired of the strain from it. I think he was disenfranchised with fans. He just gave up and gave it to Disney, and Disney has treated this franchise as nothing more than a logo, a brand that is designed to make money. And the ironic thing is they're losing more money on this franchise than they are making money at this point. All of the results, the failed toys, the low attendances at the amusement park, the Star Wars themed amusement parks, it just all adds up, and it adds up to they don't understand this universe, and they should probably just put it on a shelf and put it away. I hate to say that, but I do sincerely mean that if you can't make good Star Wars, don't make any Star Wars at all. That's just how I feel about it, Can it come back? Can it be good again? Absolutely. I think it could if it was if it was managed by the right people, if it was managed by people that understand this universe and respect it. But at the same time, right now, there's just a bad taste in everybody's mouth that's left over from The Last Jedi and Solo as well. And from what I hear, we're going to get a similar results probably with Episode 9. Anyways, I know Star Wars is not a huge successful topic on my channel, but I would definitely like to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below, and like I said, we'll be talking about this more on Etep Okulian's Going In Monday Night Raw on his channel tonight, so make sure you sub to his channel. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have yourselves a groovy day, and this is the Groovinator signing out. Peace. What's up, YouTube? It's Groovinator from RaidersOfLostFlicks.com. Please subscribe to my channel. Every time you don't subscribe to my channel, God kills a kitten. And the internet loves kittens. So quit killing kittens. Subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Just push the button. Subscribe. Do it. Do it now.